planning your next trip to India, or you're someone like me who just loves to watch travel vlogs, we spent 24 hours in New Delhi, India. Here's everything you need to know. Before you actually get to India, you're gonna need a visa. I recommend that you get your e-visa online. Visas are typically around $25 per person. Actually, for me, because I traveled on a Jamaican passport, it was free. So my family who had American passports, they paid around $25. But if you're probably from the islands or maybe outside of the US or the UK, it could possibly be free for you. So be sure to check that out on the website. So the first thing I feel like you need to know is the exchange rate. So we flew in on Air India into Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. So currently at the airport, it is 77 rupees to $1. I recommend that you wait until you get outside of the airport to change your cash because you're gonna get a much better rate. Currently, outside of the airport, $1 is actually 80 rupees. There are plenty of places in and around New Delhi that you can get your cash changed. So not to worry, just wait until you leave the airport to do so. Another important question that you may have is, where are you going to stay? On average, if you're looking for a hotel, it's about $75 to $80 per night for a basic room, which is not too bad. We stayed at the Radisson Blu in Dwarka, even though it wasn't, in my opinion, the most updated hotel. It was pretty clean. The staff was very, very nice. Everyone was super accommodating. There are pretty much several other hotels equivalent to the Radisson Blu in that neighborhood or in and around the Delhi area around the same rate. As for transportation or ways of getting around, we decided to go with a travel agent that booked everything for us. It booked our tours, it booked our transportation, how we got in and around India. So that was not something that we had to really think much about at all, which was honestly a really great decision on our part. However, if you do not want to go to a travel agency, or if you want to explore on your own, there are so many options that you can take. One, you can speak to your hotel about transportation. Most hotels will help you to get a taxi, or they may provide hotel transportation to different places or different hotspots in the city. If you want to go a very local route, there are always tuk-tuks outside of the hotels taking you to either the markets or the bazaars or restaurants. We've been on a few tuk-tuk rides since we've been here, and honestly, it's pretty crazy, but it's also very fun. It really does throw you into the culture of India, into the culture of people in their day-to-day lives here. So definitely give it a try if you are looking for an easy mode of transportation while you're here. Uber is an option here. However, based on what we've read and the research that we've done, it's not necessarily the most accurate when it comes to pinning your location and getting you to your destination, as well as the fact that it is not known to be the safest option either. We decided to not go the Uber route while we were here because the odds and chances of us possibly getting lost was just not something that we were interested in. So if you decide to go the Uber route, be careful, stay safe, and have fun. As for prices for a rickshaw or a tuk-tuk, a rickshaw is about 100 rupees. Let's say from your hotel to maybe a mile or two given your destination. A tuk-tuk is about 100 to about 130 rupees, also depending on how far you are going. So it is a pretty cost-effective way of getting around the city. So you are in one of the most well-known, talked about places, cities, countries in the world. What are we going to do? I have a few that you should keep in mind. I had the best time while we were here. One of the first activities that we did was visiting Old Delhi. Old Delhi was built by Shah Jahan in the 1600s, and fun fact, Shah Jahan also was the emperor that built the Taj Mahal. While in Old Delhi, we saw the Jama Masjid, which is one of the oldest mosques in India. It was such a fulfilling feeling being there. So there is a bit of a dress code at the Jama Masjid. Not to worry, because they do provide you with these beautiful cloaks and robes that you can use to cover yourself once you enter the mosque. It is a no shoe type of place, so yes, you're gonna have to take your shoes off at the door before you enter, but once you get through those big gates, it is just this beautiful open area with the most beautiful architecture. One thing I can say about Delhi, one thing I can say about Old Delhi, New Delhi, the architecture here is just so breathtaking, so timeless. Definitely something you're going to remember after your trip. Now it's time for a little bit of fun. Right outside the entrance or the exit, depending on where you are coming from the mosque, are all the rickshaws, and this is where you get the opportunity to go on a rickshaw tour of the Chandi Chowk, which is India's oldest and busiest bazaar. Please note that if you're planning on going without a guide or going without a tour group, please be safe. Be aware of pickpockets. This is a very busy and very tightly wounded little streets and alleys throughout the market, so be very, very careful, be very, very safe, but of course have fun. Another interesting stop to add to your itinerary is Rajghat, which is Mahatma Gandhi's cremation site. We ended our day at Qutab Minar, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which has a 240 feet tall minaret, which is the tallest in the world. And now we're gonna get into my favorite category: food, eats, what to eat, where to eat, what to try, because you know me like everything nice, everything. So if you're in a hotel, I'm going to advise you to take advantage of the free breakfast, which is provided by most of the hotels in and around Delhi. However, for lunch or for dinner, I recommend that you check out Z's Affair. We had lunch there and we tried a bunch of different options. I had the most amazing garlic naan and butter chicken, and people from India, I don't think they think that that is authentic Indian food. We also tried the chicken biryani, a bunch of different sauces and dips and little finger foods to just like, you know, enjoy. It was such an amazing experience. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. We paid a total of 31,000 rupees for a group of 4 people, which would convert to about $40, and $40 for 4 people to have full meals with takeaway, because the serving sizes were just so big, so much food. Like I said, so it was, I definitely recommend that you give Z's Affair a chance. Now it's time for my final thoughts, and overall I had an amazing experience in New Delhi. And as for traveling as a black woman, this is very important. I make these types of videos for other women like me, other women that looks like me, what to expect, you know, what the feeling is like. I felt extremely safe here, but that doesn't take away from the fact that people stared a lot. You can tell when a stare or a glance is out of curiosity or interest or just intrigue, versus, you know, someone who's just staring because they either don't like how you look, or maybe they have, you know, alternative thoughts or knowledge about black people or black women. It was just bittersweet. You had people who would come to me and ask me for photos, and that happened quite often throughout my entire trip of India. I felt like somewhat of a celebrity. There were times where it felt a little, you know, like it felt like a toy that they wanted to come and pass around. Like one would come and take a picture, and then I'd have to take a picture with 4 other people that's in that group. So, you know, that's also something to pay attention. No, you do not have to take pictures with no one. Feel free to say no if you're uncomfortable. But there were just a couple people who I could tell that it was the first time that they would probably ever actually seen a black person in person. But outside of that, I'd say 50-50. If I'm honest, local people aren't necessarily the most accommodating, nor do they have to be. People can be very mean and shovey and, you know, not necessarily care about who you are, nor do they have to. Let me just say that. Let me just say that now. I'm just saying based off other countries or compared to other countries where I visited, and just like how people are, the exchanges that I've had with other people from other countries, Delhi was a little bit more like New York. Like, mind your business, don't talk to me. I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to do what I have to do. And for someone who lives in New York, I get it. You know, it's a large city. People got places to go, things to do. With all that being said, I give Delhi an 8 out of 10 out of my experience. Definitely one to see. Definitely one for the books. I will always remember this trip. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you do not miss whenever I post another video. And if you're not finished watching, I'll leave 2 here. And until next time, love you, bye.